Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Center, and today we have a Samsung Galaxy A31 with a very bad display. It's now flickering and I think David is here to replace it. So let's go. So this smartphone is not really usable at the moment. It's now flickering like crazy and you can't do anything with it. So David is here to open the device and remove the broken display and replace it with a brand new one. So before we can do that, we have to remove this plastic back cover. It is held on by strong adhesives, but not that strong that we can't easily pry it off. And now the internals are exposed and the first layer of screws will be unscrewed and removed so that we can go deeper to the next layer of this smartphone. So the way the smartphone is constructed is you have the screen, the display, and all the components are attached to that display and just covered with this middle plastic housing and of course the back cover that we have removed. So layer by layer we will remove them and put them to the side. And we have here the thick flex cable that attaches the main board to the daughter board and vice versa. Both boards are communicating to have the smartphone regulate different processes like recharging, and of course if you have a headphone jack it will also relay some of those signals to the main board. We'll try the replacement display with this flex cable and then we're gonna reattach the battery and short the power button so we can turn on the device. And it's turning on. It's good news. I'm gonna remove the plastic so we can see better. So at this point we know that the display is the one that's broken. If the same thing happens with this brand new display, that means that something else is going on with this smartphone. So this smartphone is kind of a mid-range to entry level. So some processes like testing here will be showing some lag. It's not really the fault of the hardware itself, but the hardware that we have removed or replaced, but the CPU itself, the SoC of the smartphone. So there's some kind of latency and lag when you test the cameras, but still very usable. We're gonna shut it down properly and then remove the replacement display and continue with our disassembly. So we're going to remove everything, the main board and the battery from the old display and transplant them to the new replacement display. So this kind of damage, the flickering of the display, can have a lot of causes. Most likely it has been dropped or it has been dropped into a puddle of water. It's not really submerged because it can also damage other components, but most likely drops or bumps or a very faulty connector to the display. Usually you can just resolve it by reseating the connection, the flex cable to the main board to the display, but this time it's not really working. So we have to remove the display and replace it with a new one. David is going to detach this cover for now and clean up the main camera, the front-facing camera. Looks like some dust has accumulated in that area. Now we're going to proceed to the reassembly. So if you have problems with your display, don't really fret or get nervous that you may have to buy a new one, especially if in this price range most people buying A31 are budget conscious, so buying a new phone is not really our main option, but replacing just the broken part can save us a lot of money and of course save the environment from unnecessary trash. So the battery is still good on this one, and the housing is almost brand new. And just by replacing the display, this Galaxy A31 can live on and be used for at least 2 to 3 years. As you can see here, it's really working, but the boot up sequence is kind of long, so that's understandable. Just like what I said, it's an entry level to mid-range smartphone, so performance of the SoC is not really at par with flagship smartphones. So this one is now complete. We're just gonna put on a free plastic cover. We don't have a tempered glass for this one, but this is a freebie that David is giving to clients if he has one available, just for added protection. I'm gonna peel off the top layer, and just by pushing it in, we can remove the air bubbles. And that's it. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Happy New Year and take care. Enjoy our videos, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Center. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.